Hey everybody, Anne Marie here. I'm gonna do a training, a team training. I had said I would do one. I think before I went on vacation, I was gonna do one, and then I got went on vacation, was busy. When I got back, doing up all my follow ups and stuff like that in my business. So I'm gonna do team training today on Facebook Lives, right? And how to go do a Facebook Live, how to share a Facebook Live, how to even share your screen, right? I told you guys I'll give you those tips. Let me move my microphone closer so you guys can hear me. So I want to make sure you guys can hear all those little tips, right? So, okay, so let's do a couple of things. First of all, when you're doing a Facebook Live, first of all, let's cover a couple things that we want to go over. First of all, we want to make sure that you're presentable, right? You want to make sure that you look presentable, especially ladies. You want to make sure that you got your hair done, your makeup done. We don't want to be doing none of this, when you're on the live. Okay, so that's a do not. So make sure you're presentable. Be prepared. If you need notes, make sure that you write down notes. What are you going to talk about? What are you going to discuss? What are your points? What issues and topics are you talking about, right? Second of all, make sure you introduce yourself. Make sure you acknowledge the people who come onto your lives. Hey, welcome. Thank you for joining my live. My name is Anne Marie. I'm from California. I'm a mother of three. I've been an entrepreneur for 16 years in the business industry, whatever, right? You come up with something, even if you guys have to write something down. Make sure you have a nice background. Now, obviously, you always see my background on my bookcase, but one other option that I did recently purchase that I'm going to be doing later, and once I figure it all out, I'll show you guys new training. I bought a green screen. So you can have some really pretty backgrounds behind you with the green screen, right? But in order to do that, you do have to have like a webcam, right? So here's a couple things. You guys take some notes, right? What I'm telling you. When you're doing a Facebook Live, yes, you can do it from your phone, right? Let's do some points on a phone. If you're doing a Facebook Live on your phone, do not want to move all the time unless you're showing something, right? Here's what I do. I have, and you guys got to spend some money. I went out and bought me a stand. I have a stand. So if I'm doing a Facebook Live from my phone, I want to make sure I have, it's basically like a selfie stick, but it's also a tripod. This one's pretty cool. It kind of goes either way, right? And here's what it does. It's really neat. It opens up, right? And it becomes a tripod. Now you can't see it from this end, but basically it's a tripod and it stands really steady, right? So tip one is make sure you guys invest in a tripod. I think it was like 10, 15 bucks. I don't even know if it was that much, right? It was really cheap. But you can get it like this, right? And then because it has the opening part, like, and you can actually hold it too. I can hold it and talk, which is a little bit better than moving constantly, right? Because you can hold it and talk like this. You can, turn it to the side and stuff like that. And then if you're sitting somewhere, you basically put it on your desk or wherever you're going to be, and it stands real still, right? Boom, like that. It's real still now. So you can see that. Trying to put on something you can see. But basically that's how it's going to sit on your desk or wherever you're doing it, right? And the reason for this is so now you can talk to them and your screen's not moving all over the place. You're not like, trying to fix it because, the hardest thing is when people do lives and they have their screen, they're like, moving or this, or they're trying to hold it on their hand and it moves constantly, right? Or even if you're doing a Facebook Live from your car, right? I see a lot of people who do Facebook Lives and stuff like that, videos from their cars. What you want to make sure if you're doing it from your car is get a mount, get a car mount for your car, right? And make sure that you mount that. Okay, so that's one step. Invest in a selfie stick tripod. You can get them on Amazon. I shop everywhere on Amazon. Okay, so next step would be, like I said, make sure you have your content, what you're writing about, and you can do things like, move. Here's one thing that I'm going to say, okay? Be authentically you, right? Be you. Be prepared though, look nice, be presentable, and make sure your live fits with your situation, right? So for example, yesterday, I decided to do a live. Was I real presentable? Did I have my makeup on? Did I have jewelry on? No, I had none of that on, right? But it fit with my presentation. Why? It fit with my presentation because I was doing a demonstration on skincare. So I didn't want to have makeup on. And I don't really wear a lot of makeup anyways. I wear eyeliner, something for my eyebrows, a little concealer, you know, and that's it. I'm not real flashy with my makeup unless I'm going out, which is hardly ever, you know, going to church, and that's about it. So the other thing is make sure you're presenting, and your presentation of how you look, your background, make sure it's quiet where you are, right? Like that's why I close my door when I'm doing my lives, and let and notify the people around you. Okay. So for example, when I'm gonna go live, I will tell my son and I will tell my husband, I'm gonna go live at this time. Please don't make a lot of noise. Right. And so, and I know when we have kids, that's hard, right? Because my son wants to pop in all the time. He's like, hi, you know, and that's cool because he loves it. And I love that he's learning how to be entrepreneurial, right? He sees all that stuff and he loves it, and he hears me about the products. And sometimes he'll come and tell me because he knows about the products, right? And he knows stuff. And so I love that. But just make sure they're not like disruptive, or they're not, you know, doing some weird sounds and stuff like that. Make sure it's a good area that you can focus, because, you know, we get distracted. We're trying to think, what are we saying? What are we presenting? What are we trying to tell everybody? What are we sharing out there, right? And when we get distracted, it's really hard, right? So make sure you have a good presentation area. If you don't, try to, you know, I've done before where I bought me, okay, here's another tip. If you can't do a green screen and you don't have the software to do a green screen, because you do need to have one, and we'll go over that. I got me from like anywhere, Walmart, Amazon, Target. You could buy one of those portable hanging racks, right? So it's really tall, and I'll probably show you one. Let me see if I can find one. It's a portable hanging rack, right, that you hang clothes on. What I did though was I went and bought me a shower curtain, right? And I hung the shower curtain there, and then I put it behind me. Hanging rack. Let me just Google this really quick. I didn't think about it, and then I started talking about it. Okay, so let me share my screen and show you what I'm talking about, okay? So this is another way that you can make your background look presentable. Okay, so I just Googled portable hanging rack. So basically it's something like this. It's like, what, under $10, right? Really cheap. And you can hang it behind you, right? Put it behind you, set it up. And the good thing about these is that they can come up and down, right? So you can hang it up and take them back down. And so what I did for a cheap way around it was I looked for some pretty shower curtain, right? Because shower curtains are way cheaper than actual curtains, right? So, and so the cool thing about shower curtains is because it has the hooks. So you basically get a shower curtain, put the hooks here, hang it, put it behind you. That now becomes your backdrop, right? So that's one way to do it, right? Okay, so how do you do lives from your phone, right? Basically, it's easy. Make sure you put in a description. Let me stop sharing. Where's my thing at? Hold on. Okay, make sure you put in a description of what you're talking about. Make sure you put in the information so people know what you're going to be discussing, right? And so when you're going live on your phone, right? Most people know how to go live on their phone. All they got to do is put a description in and click on Facebook Live, and you can go live from your phone. But what I want to talk about, and so most of you pretty know that, right? You basically put some information. You're not going to be able to see it here because it's kind of dark. Let me see. Right? And you see where it says, oh, actually, you can see it. See where it says right here, go live? So right there is where you're going to click go live from your phone, right? And that's where you're going to go live, and you can be on your phone. But you can't, you know, share your screen unless you're using some software, which we'll go over. Okay, so I want to show you guys, because people always ask me, Amory, how do you go live and show your screen? And I'm doing it from my computer. So I'm going to show you what I do. Okay, so here's how you go live on Facebook. Okay, so right now I'm sharing my screen. So there's a couple ways. First one is I'm actually using Zoom. I'm using a software called Zoom, right? And Zoom, you can pay a service. I believe it's like $55 a month. And okay, they have regular Zoom, right? You can do Zoom webinars and stuff like that, but you can't go live. It's like 15 bucks a month. They even have free versions, right? But if you want to be able to go live, you need to come to Zoom and upgrade to, you can come in at this price, and then there's actually a way where you can upgrade, and it'll tell you for webinars, right? And it's another, I think it comes up to $54 a month, 55, okay, it's $54.99. and it lets you go live, right? So that's really cool. So that's what I have. I have Zoom where you can go live on Facebook. And I can't really show you here on the screen here, but let me see if I can find an image because I'm sharing my screen, it doesn't show you the controls that I have, but it's pretty cool. When you're in here and you're doing the Zoom, it will say, go live on Facebook, and it lets you go live to your timeline, to any groups that you're an admin of. Okay, you have to be an admin of that group to share it in a group, or you can just share it from your timeline, right? But if you want to go live in an actual group or on a business page, you have to be admin of those pages, right? So let me see if I can find Zoom Lives, or I should say Facebook Live, right? Because I wanted to see if they show you images of it and stuff to show you what it kind of looks like. So right here, here's a good is what it looks like. So when you have the upgraded version to go live, it'll actually say live on Facebook. And then it'll take you to where you want to go live. And then what happens is it prompts over this screen here, right? This screen, oh, it doesn't come up, shoot. This screen right here prompts up. Let me see if I can open in a larger tab. Maybe I want to show this screen, but it doesn't let me click on it. So they actually tell you how to do it, how to go live and how to share your screen. With Zoom, you have two options. And these are the exact settings. I know you can't see them very well. Let me zoom in. Okay, so these are what it is. Now you do have to have a webcam, or if you're using a laptop, your laptop normally will have a built-in webcam, right? So I have a webcam sitting on my desktop because I have a desktop. And it'll tell you, do you want to use your camera? And then it gives you an option right over here. It says share screen. Now, when you do it through this version of going through Facebook, Facebook doesn't let you switch in and out, right? Like I can go live on Facebook and I can choose to go live on Facebook and just be me, or I can choose the option to share my screen and it'll just share my screen, right? So that's a version. There's two different versions and I want to make sure you guys understand. Now, the way I'm doing it, I'm going live on Zoom, through Zoom on Facebook, but it allows me the control to share my screen and to take it off, to share it and take it off because I'm doing it through Zoom. But this is another way, and this is the way I'm going to show you. There's an app for this one, this version here. And it basically tells you, connect the things. You have to follow the instructions. But through Zoom, it does it automatically. Now, this is a different way of doing it with webinars. So let me show you the other way with Facebook. Like if I wanted to go live right now and share my screen, it tells me, do you want to access your camera, right? But since I'm already using it, I can't do it. And so the way I get this thing to pop up automatically, where it comes to this right here, is you need to be, there's an extension, right? So I'm going to show you Facebook Live. Now it's on Chrome. I should probably put extension. Now I already have it, so it does it automatically, right? So it's a Google Chrome screen sharing extension. So you're gonna look for Facebook screen sharing, right? And you can see I already have it installed, right? And so what it does is this little one that shows up right here on my screen called Facebook screen sharing. If you guys are using a laptop or your PC or desktop, you want to make sure you're using Chrome and you install this. Now, I don't know if they have this same plugin for Internet Explorer. They really don't have a lot of plugins for Internet Explorer because I've looked before and most of them are Chrome, right? Because everything's Google related, right? So you find it on here. Well, by installing this Facebook screen sharing, which is free, now every time you want to do a live, it will come up here and say, do you want to do it from your computer, right? Now, if I went from my phone, it's just going to go to my phone, right? And it'll say access your computer. Right now, I can't find my computer or my camera because I'm using my camera, right? So, but normally it'll come up and do that view that's right here. It'll ask you this, how do you want to connect? Do you want to connect with your camera? Or if you have different options or different viewing things, like say you have different cameras, you can choose how you want to go live, right? So make sure you download this app from Chrome, Facebook screen sharing. And what I'll do is put this in the comments right here. Hey, Jennifer, in our training post. Okay, so I put that right there. So that way you guys can go and look for it, right? So those are the two ways that you can share your screen. One is through this, but like I said, what it will do is When you select right here, share screen, it's just going to be on your screen. You can't come off your screen when you do it like that through Facebook. Now, if you do it like I'm doing it through Zoom, Zoom gives me the control to say, share my screen, stop sharing my screen, share my screen, and vice versa, right? So that's how you can share your screen with the Facebook Live. Now, there is also other ways to go live through other systems. You do need to be a little computer literate to understand them or to train it. And I have some steps on there, but there is a system called OBS. I'm going to find that one too. And it's called Open Broadcast Software. They do have a free version of this software. You can download it, save it, and there's some instructions. Which, let me find the one. How to, oops, hold on. OBS, how to do Facebook. And you guys, if you don't know something, you know, Google it, right? I see a lot of people ask questions. Hey, does this help with this? Or how do you do that? And you know what? When I don't know something, I go to Google and I find how to do it, right? So how to do a Facebook Live. And I like this. Let me see if this is the correct page that I have saved, actually. It is. I actually have it saved somewhere, but I just don't know where it's bookmarked out right now. But here's another one. I'm going to bookmark it again. Okay. Here's another one I'm going to save for you. And I'm going to put it in the comments in our group, okay? So you guys can, you know, go back and look at this information. Okay, so this one, this is how I first learned how to do it a couple years back, because Facebook didn't have this live streaming, you know, the little Chrome extension up until like a year ago or so, when they started doing more live streaming. And so I had found this years ago, how to broadcast from your computer, right? Because you can't do a lot on your phone. I mean, you can, but you're moving around. And to be real professional, if you look at all the 6-7 figure earners out there, when they do lives, you don't see a lot of stumbling around. You don't see, they're put together. They know what they want to say. They get their word out. They have a beautiful background, right? That's why I recently bought me a green screen, and I'm going to be learning how to do that. And then once I figure that out, like I said, I'll show that. But this is pretty cool because this teaches you how to broadcast from your computer, right? And it tells you broadcast on Facebook Live. It tells you how to do it. There's a little training. So you guys are going to want to come here and look. It even gives you the systems that you can use. Now, Wirecast costs money. I like OBS Studio, which this is where you can use a green screen, right? I like OBS Studio because it's pretty cool. You can actually add graphics and play around with it, but you got to really learn that. And there isn't too much training on that. Like if I click on it, it gives you some information. But there is a lot of training on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and go, you know, OBS training, you'll find a lot of tutorials, right? So that's pretty cool. So there's some stuff here that tells you how to do it, how to set it up, how to set your screens, how to do a bunch of cool stuff, right? So that's another tool that you guys want to have. So I'm just gonna, I put that one there, and then let's see. Okay, and it talks about other ways to go live, right? Like BeLive. I've tried BeLive. BeLive's kind of cool. The only thing I don't like about BeLive is, even though it says 24 a month, what I don't like about them is they charge you annually, right? So I don't like that. Even though I pay way more with Zoom, I pay like $54 a month. I like the fact that I don't have to pay it like $300-400 right out the door, right? The other ones, these are split broadcaster, and there's some other ones, right? And then Zoom's on there, which I said Zoom is $14.99 a month to go live. With Facebook integration, it costs more, right? So it's on the paid version. That's what tells you it's $49. Remember I said it was $54.99. So it's $49 plus $40 to do the Facebook integration. Not bad. You know, it's a tax write-off, right? So know that it's a tax write-off, because you can now write that expense off because it's a business tool that you're using to build your business, right? So any of these features that you use, anything like that, right? It's a business write-off, right? So you guys want to go through this, look at the different things that they have. If you want to get more involved, or hey, I want to know how to do green screens, or I want to know how to do this, this is a really, really cool way to do it as well, right? Let's see. So we went over, you know, how to do it from your phone. Make sure you're presentable. Make sure you know what you're going to talk about. Make sure, you know, every so often, you know, you can acknowledge the people on, you know, oh, let's see who's saying this, or comment back if you see them comment, but not always, you don't always have to be engaged, right? Constantly, but it's nice. The biggest thing that I want to say is be authentically you, right? People like realism. They want to see who are you, right? And don't read a script. So for example, it'll be like, how to broadcast from your computer to Facebook Live, right? And then also too, that brings up another point. You don't want to be so monotone, right? That's a kind of a monotone. How to broadcast, or like if I'm reading this, don't feel you need to donate. The Facebook Live button will always be here. You know, if you're reading something, put some emphasis behind things. Don't feel you need to donate. The Facebook Live button will always be here for you. You know, make it exciting. Captivate your audience, right? Captivate what you know, make sure they're you know, responding to what you're saying. You know what I mean? Get them to participate. You can ask questions, right? You can talk to them, even though I know they can't respond back. And now, you know, they have a real cool feature where you can bring people on your lives, right? But you can only do that version through your phone. So far, I haven't seen where you can bring other people on. Now, Zoom, I like because I can have as many guests as I want. We can see them and different people on the panel can talk and we're still live, right? So Zoom has a lot of benefits to it. If you're going to do a Facebook Live and you're doing it with a partner you can only do it on your phone. That's the only way I have found so far. So if anybody found another way or work around that besides Zoom, then, you know, let us know. Let me see, is anybody commenting? Hey, Jennifer, Denise, how you doing? Thank you for being on and watching. Okay, so you guys make sure you can check out Zoom. You can check out the features that has. Make sure you can get a portable hanging and get a backdrop. And then, like I said, look up like shower. I just, for some reason, it was way cheaper, right? Shower curtains, for example. And if you want to have a nice backdrop, you can pick anything pretty much, right? As long as it covers your background, if you don't have a really nice, pretty background, right? So it could be anything. But the thing I liked about the shower curtains is that the shower curtains were cheap, right? Compared to an actual curtain. Curtains are expensive. So, you know, shower curtains can, you know, run from anywhere from $10, $20, $30, $40. A curtain can run from like 80 to up, right? So buy something nice. And look at, they have some stuff with really nice backgrounds as well. Just put it behind you. Now you're at the beach, right? So until you can do like the green screen part. The green screen, what that does, for you, those don't know what a green screen, I'll just, you know, look it up. A green screen is where I'm talking and I can have an image come up, and I am doing that through the OBS system, right? Because the OBS system allows me to put up an image of what I want on there. Oops, wait, what is a green? Sorry. What is a green screen? So you've all seen these probably, you know, they use them in movies and stuff like that. But basically what it is they're like this, but then they come up the image behind them. So if I wanted to have a really beautiful exotic picture of a house, you know, that's not really mine, I can put up a picture, right? And then that will pop up like if I'm there live, right? It takes everything out around me. It cuts it all out on the green screen. And then it'll show that image that I have selected. And that is something that I would do through the OBS system, because OBS lets me to add what do you want to show in the background, right? I haven't figured out how to do that on Zoom yet, but I will see if that is a feature to do that, because if it is, that'd be so cool. So I'll figure that out. And let's see what else. So make sure you guys are downloading the Chrome app. Let me pull it up one more time, but it is in the chat. So Facebook screen share extension, right? So make sure you are downloading the app, or you actually, it's not a download, you just add it to your extension, right? It'll say add on your end, and mine says like remove, right? So it'll say add to that. Okay, let me talk about something else really quick. Let me find something. Let me go to our group. Okay, in our group, some people will say, well, how do you do a watch party? Okay, so right now we're live. Hey, Arethia. So right now we're live and you're looking at the live in the group, right? So now if this was on your timeline, it would be the same thing, but people don't know how to do a watch party. So right now, you can do it while I'm live, or you can do it well after the live is over. You can do it. It'll say, start a watch party. So you click on that. And what happens is you can put in a description, so you can make it your own description, right? And then you can hit start and you can share it to a group, right? And then it can be shared to that group that you want. Like if I wanted to share it to advertise your home business, I would click start and then it would start the live. Like if they're actually live, right? Now, when you're doing it from a group, you notice it doesn't give me many other options right here, right? It only says group to group. But if I go to like I'm going to go to my Facebook page and show you a difference, right? So do know that, because groups, you can't really share everything. And the reason that is for example, some groups are private, some groups are secret, and some groups are closed, which means only the people in that group can see the content. So let me go over here to my screen and my page or my timeline, and let me find a video. For example, I'm just going to use this as an example, right? So there's a video here. It's talking about, do you remember the days when we were children and we could all go out and, drink out of the faucet and we had all these things, right? So if I wanted to click this, I would click share, and the watch party is down here now. It says start a watch party. So I would click start. Okay, but now here's the difference. I can still share it to a group, but now I get a drop down. Do I want to share it on my timeline? Do I want to share it to a group? Or do I want to share it to a page I manage, meaning the business page? Like I have a business page that says HBN Naturals with Anne Marie. So I can share it to there, right? And you can actually share multiple watch parties at the same time, but do know this, they'll come up. And once you're sharing a watch party, you then have to end the watch party. Eventually it'll end, but sometimes they'll play like the next video or so. So when you're sharing it from your own timeline, you have a couple more options than you do sharing it from a group. A group lets you share it just to a group. So that's how you do a watch party. Now from your phone, it's pretty much the same. It just says, you'll come up here, and when you click share, it'll come up with the same drop down from your phone, and you just hit select the watch party, and then you can do what you want from it there. Okay, so that's how you can start a watch party. Okay, let me go back over here. All right, screen's a little, let me close up some stuff. What is it, green screen? Because sometimes when you have too many things open, it just starts to slow it down. Okay, so back over here. So those are a couple ways that you can share do lives, right? Let me come off of this. Okay, so we covered a lot. Make sure you guys take notes. If you're watching the replay, that's cool. Or if you didn't get all of the information, make sure and go back and look at the replay. Also, make sure you're sharing this with your team so they know how to do lives. Guys, here's the thing. Facebook algorithm, right? You can post all day long if you want, right? And that's good, right? You're posting about your business, you're posting stuff. Some of you guys who are in HBN, I don't even see you posting about your business at all, right? So first thing is you want to post, but this thing is the way Facebook algorithm works is they love videos, they love lives, right? You get more noticed, okay? So the reason why I'm always saying, who's next? Who's going to go do a live? Who's going to go, start talking? And you guys, it could be on anything. It could be 5 minutes. It could be 10 minutes. It could be 2 minutes, right? Hey, hi, this is Anne Marie. I just want to tell you guys have a great day. Start practicing it, right? When I first started doing lives back in 2016, I was really nervous, like really nervous. I didn't even, I would say, and I didn't know what I wanted to say, right? So I had hired me a coach because I do believe in personal development. And she would tell me what to do. She'd give me a topic, and I would have to go and do some research, and I would talk on that topic, right? And then she would watch my lives, and she would come and, critique me. And so sometimes you have to do that, but you have to step out of the box. You have to start somewhere. If you're in business and nobody knows you're in business, how do you expect to get business for your business? That's a lot of businesses, right? But it's true. If you're not telling people, then how do they know you're in business? If you're not telling them about the products or showing them the products or telling them about the comp plan or something, right, then nobody's going to know. So I've given you some really important key tips here. Branding is key. Talk about the company. Try to be, clear on what you're saying, your statements, be energetic. I know it's scary. I was there. I was there where I was like, oh my gosh, I never know what to say. Who's going to look at me? What if I look like a dork? Or you're all these things going in your mind, right? And I was there. And what happens is this: practice makes perfect. So as you're doing this more and more and more, you're going to get better and better and better at it, right? Then all of a sudden, lives are going to be like a natural thing to you. Be like, hey, this is, Tara coming to you from Florida. And she's talking about this, that, Tara does a lot of lives. Tara knows that, hey, to be out there and to get ranked through Facebook, you need to be doing live. You need to be doing videos, right? You need to be talking to people. And it's just real important. I know so many of you guys are scared, but we need to start stepping up our game. I see in the chat so many people about, I need money. I have this health issue, or so-and-so has this health issue. You guys are in a health and wellness business so we can help people, right? We want to get people on the right track to getting healthy, right? So you need to talk to them about that. You need to teach them about that. You need to learn it yourself so you can present it to other people, right? You need financial income change. Nothing's going to change unless you make that change and make that step to make the change and make that decision mentally that I need to change my financial situation. I need to change my health situation, right? Nothing's going to change until you change it. Okay. And so when I see all this stuff in the comments and the posts in our chat, it kind of breaks my heart that there's so many people in the world that are sick, right? And our goal is to be the distributors or the affiliates or consultants, whatever you want to call yourselves, to go out there and educate people and help them and teach them and say, hey, I have something that might help you. Now, gotta remember this, guys, when you're doing a Facebook Live, don't make medical claims. Don't make income claims, right? For example, I see people out there, and if I was out there saying, I post sometimes, oh my gosh, I made this money, or I post snapshots of how much money daily pay I got sometimes, right? I always put like a little disclaimer at the bottom saying, I don't make no income claims, it varies. It's based on your hard work and dedication, because that's true. I can make $1,000, right, in HBN, whereas somebody might make 5 or 10, right? What's the difference? The difference is two things. How much time are you putting into it? How much hard work are you putting into it? And are you really building, and are you serious about building your business, right? So don't make income claims. Make sure you have some kind of disclaimer that, income varies, because it really does, based on your own efforts. Don't make medical claims, especially, saying, oh, CBD heals, or black seed oil heals, even though there's tons of remedies that, you can Google and say, CBD has all these benefits. You want to always use words like CBD can assist you. Black seed oil may help you with this. Black seed oil can help with that, right? So those words may and can or should, well, not should, I don't like should. I don't think I ever use should. I always put like, it can help you, it can assist you, or I have something that can help you get on track to your health and wellness journey, right? Stuff like that is what you want to say. And let me see if we have any questions. Is there any questions or comments that anybody has? You guys just write them in the post that we're on, where I can see that. Let me see if anybody in the chat. Actually, let me see. Let me share that over there, because maybe they don't even know I'm live. That's the other thing, you guys. You can share. Now, it's kind of hard sometimes in the groups. Like I said, you can't share. Let me give you an example, right? Let me share my screen again. Like I said, when you're in the groups, you cannot really share. So if I'm on here, let me just click on this really quick, and I'm going to show you. You don't see a share button here anywhere, right? Because I'm in a group. And if I click on this, oh, here's another tip. I'm on this, and there's volume. If I don't mute this while I'm looking how I look, because I actually have 3 screens on my computer, I will have another screen playing just to see what I'm seeing and what I'm presenting. But if I don't turn off the volume, I'm going to show you, there'll be an echo. See? There will be an echo. So you want to always make sure that you're muting it, right, from there. And because I'm on the same screen, it's showing multiple screens. That's another thing you don't want to do. let me stop this real quick. Okay, and let me share from another screen to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so now I'm sharing from a different screen, and I'm not in open view, and so you don't see all these multiple screens, right? These are little tips and things that you'll learn down the line, what to do and what not to do, right? So if you're sharing a screen that you're opening and then it starts doing multiple screens like that, you got to get off of it and go into something else. If you open up the big screen where it now has audio, you have to make sure you mute it because now you're getting feedback, right? So like I was saying, there's nowhere to share this, right? So you really can't share it. So what I'll do is sometimes I'll just click on this little minutes right here. And if I click on the minutes, right, it gives me a URL. So I get this URL and copy it. And then I'll go to our group. Okay, and then I'll post it there. Now from a timeline, you can share into the groups and so forth like that, right? But in groups, like I said, the sharing feature is not always there. It just really depends on the status of the group, right? And so now that I have it there, I posted it and now people will know, hey, she's live. Okay, so let me clear out of this really quick, go back over here. Hey, Stanley, how you doing? Okay, so that's another tip on that. Hold on one second, someone's at my door. Oh my gosh, let me see who's at my door real quick. Hold on, guys, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I had a delivery pickup from the mailman. That's another whole story. So, okay, so where are we at right now? Let me stop sharing there so I can go into the, okay. So sorry about that little delay. I, get mail picked up here because I have a business, is my address is my business. Okay, so you want to make sure and be aware, no echoing, no multiple screens showing. And that happens if you're like showing the same thing and you're on the same screen and it kind of freaks out because, but wait, what are you doing, right? So you want to make sure in that. Let's see what else we need to cover. Anybody have any questions? We covered a lot. Which Chrome extension you can download. You could use Zoom. You can use software like OBS if you want to do a green screen. You can do the Facebook Live through the sharing. You can do it through your phone. Like I said, if you do it through your phone, make sure you buy yourself some type of tripod or a stick that you can have, right? So this is the one I showed. I don't know. I just bought this on Amazon. Cost me a couple bucks, but it stands real sturdy while I'm talking because you don't want to have it moving around a lot, right? Also make sure there's no interruptions like what just happened with my doorbell guy ringing or the mailman. But this is just a training. So if I was live on my timeline, I probably wouldn't have went to answer that door, right? I would have just been like, okay, wait, but I knew I had a pickup and I never know what time my mailman guy is going to come. So we went over a lot of points, right? And you guys just have to start doing lives. We as a group collectively, we need to start sharing your testimonies, right? You all are buying products. I see you buying products, but I haven't seen very many people doing lives or talking about it or even photos, right? I do want to give a shout out to Tara because Tara does a lot of videos and lives. I also want to do a shout out to Sharia who did her first live like last week and she did a couple more. She actually showed how she took the product or how she was mixing, the trilogy pack. That was really good, right? You want to do that. I did a demonstration on the skincare line, how I used it and stuff like that. So you want to make sure of all of that stuff, right? Make sure your settings. Here's a good example. Right now, I am really white on this side, right? So if I would just close my blinds, it will make me not as white, right? So there you go. So check your settings. You can do that too first. Check what kind of camera you have. It has the settings. I wish there was a way to show you the screen controls on Zoom, but it doesn't show you that because I'm sharing, even though I'm sharing my screen, it doesn't show you that part of the Zoom controls, right? Because you can do chats with Zoom, you can have multiple people on your Zoom. And like I said, any of these platforms that you guys use that there is a fee, like BeLive or Zoom, you guys, that's a tax write-off. Okay, so don't be like, oh man, I can't afford that. You know, it's a tax write-off, and you need to have that. If you can't afford Zoom, just do it on your phone, but make sure you know what you're going to talk about. Now, if you're going to go, if you can't do any of that stuff right now, for example, and you want to share your screen on Facebook, right? Oh my gosh, it drives me so nuts. Like, let me show you. I'm going to show you an example. Let me log on. This drives me nuts. And I'm going to tell you, if it drives me nuts, I'm sure it drives other people nuts. Okay, I'm going to come on with my phone. And then I'm going to show you what I mean. All right, let me log on to the Zoom through my phone. And I'm going to show you a prime example of what I see people do that just drives me nuts. Now, I'm coming in on my phone. You can see me, right? So what I need to do is I'm not going to turn on the volume or the audio for my phone, because if I do, then I'll have feedback. Okay, so, you know, here I am. I'm on a Zoom, and you're doing this, and you're talking, and, you know, you're trying to keep it steady. Hi, da, 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 you know, whatever you're doing, right? And then you're like, oh, well, let me share this with you. And then you come over here. Let me just find something, and I'm going to flip my phone around. Let me see if it lets me share. Share my, share what I want to share. Oh, I just want to flip it. Okay, so I'm going to flip that around. And let me see if I can come on here. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. So this is what I see people doing. Or they're going like this, right? Or they're here. You guys, it's really hard for people to see what you're talking about when your phone is constantly moving, right? So you're trying to tell them, you know, about something. Or let me see if I go to HP Naturals, right? I'm going to HP Naturals, and you're trying to say, oh, look, you know, we got this. Here's our site, and this is what we have. This is annoying. For me, personally. Now, it might not be for everybody. I'm just telling you. So, let me show you a difference really quick. I'm going to put my phone down just for demonstration, and I'm going to pull up my tripod. Right? I'm still going to be on my phone, but right now it's moving just because I'm telling you what I'm having to do. Okay, pulling up my tripod. Now, even though the screen is still small, this is why I don't like phone views, right? It's really hard to see the whole screen of like what you're showing here, right? But do you see how stable my phone is now, right? There's a huge difference. If you're going to share your screen and you don't have the software capability, and you don't, you know, have the funds to buy a webcam right now, or you don't have a laptop or whatever, and you need to use your phone, get a tripod, you guys. This little tripod that I'm using costs probably 10, 15 bucks. I don't even remember what it costs, right? But get a selfie stick with the tripod, because this is a huge difference. Now, I can still kind of move it around, right? I'm just moving the base of the tripod, but it's still steady. See that? Okay, so I can still kind of move it in. I can still, you know, show it up a little bit more, but I'm not doing this. I'm not like, okay, guys, look at this. And okay, guys, that is unprofessional, very unprofessional. Okay, so don't do that. Now, if you guys decide to do that, that's all up to you. I can only give you tips and advice that I think are beneficial to you, okay? So if you're going to do it from your phone, make sure it's professional. Now, let me flip my phone around here. Now I'm on a tripod, right? I'm on a tripod. I'm talking. Hey, guys, right? It's stable. So you're looking at the one on the left right here. This is the one where I'm on my phone. I have 3 screens, guys. Let me just show you what I deal with when you see me looking other ways. Okay, this is my office. I got screen there, screen there, screen there. So this is why sometimes you guys see me looking to the side, because I have 3 monitors because I do my graphics. Okay, so, but you see the difference, and I'm showing you in this illustration, the difference of having a tripod. I'm on it, I'm focused, I'm straight, I'm talking, and actually I need to move this way more, right? Because of where the camera is positioned on your phone, and you talk, but now it's not moving around, right? You don't want to have your phone moving around too much, because people, I don't know about everybody else, maybe it's just me because I have, you know, ADHD, which the CBD and black seed oil really help with that, but I get like, oh my gosh, I can't watch that. When somebody's on a live and they're constantly moving around, it's really hard. Even I don't do very many lives where I'm walking around unless I'm trying to show something. I have in the past where I'm like showing how to make tea or I'm showing how to make a shake. Then it's kind of moving, right? But other than that, focus, right? Keep it focused, keep it steady, right? It's more professional. Let me see. Any other comments really quick? I'm just checking the group. Okay. All right, awesome. Okay, so hopefully you guys, a lot of these tips have helped you. Let me leave the one on here so I don't need to be on here no more. Let me leave the one on my phone. Okay. No, cancel. Okay. All right, so I just got off my phone. I just wanted to show that really quick. Let me move this back over here. I really wanted to show that really quick illustrations on the differences from having a tripod or, you know, it's a tripod and a selfie stick, okay? So it's pretty cool. It does the tripod and a selfie stick, so I can actually hold it. So even if I was using the selfie stick, it's gonna be more steady than me using my hand, right? Because it just is. It's just more flexibility. Now you still can get kind of wobbly, so just make sure you're kind of holding on to, you know, or what you're doing or what you're trying to focus on. Let me think of anything else. I covered a lot of stuff, guys. Make sure you're sharing this and tagging through team. Hopefully this training really helped you how to go live, how to share your screen, different kind of applications that you can use to do that. And I would really, really like to start seeing you guys do some more lives. And if it's not about even talking about the products, do something because people are not going to see you. The way Facebook algorithm works, if you're not doing live videos, you're not getting seen, period. Okay, another thing really quick that I just thought in my head. Okay, when you're going live or doing any type of posting for your business, like for example, I just posted this. Right here is a setting. You want to make sure your setting is set to public, okay? You have more reach. Public, yes, I understand. You're like, oh, I don't want people seeing my stuff. Oh, wait, I'm not sharing my screen. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I just looked up and it wasn't sharing. Okay, so I'm on my page, on my timeline. When you're on your timeline and you're posting anything, it could be a video or it could be a post in generic, right? You want to make sure that this is set to public. So, and this is what I was saying. I know some of you are like, well, I don't want people seeing my post. Well, then how do you expect people to find you? How do you expect people to know what you're doing, right? You don't want it. Now, public means anyone can see it. Friends means your friends can see it, right? Friends accept, meaning don't show it to certain friends you can select. You don't want to do any of these, so you want to make sure everything is public. This way, people can find you, they can find your post, they can see you, and then people will be like, oh, this came up, this was interesting, and you might get a lead. You might get somebody that might join your HPN business, right? But you got to make it public, right? Other thing is, you want to make sure you start to build your friends list, okay? My friends list is at 40,951. Now, I'm always getting really close to 5,000. So then I got to go through it and I got to kind of filter it out. People maybe that I haven't chatted with in a long time or people that I don't really talk to anymore. And I start filtering it out, right? The other thing is when you're doing friend requests, make sure you're getting to know them. Do not, guys, do not just spam them in your inbox with ads, right? You have no connection. You don't know who they are. You're just connecting with them and you're like, bam, here's a ad about a business. Do you think they're going to look at it? Not a chance. Either that or they're going to send you back their own link. Because when people do that to me, I just basically send them a link. Again, hey, you're spamming me. I'm going to spam you back. Right? So don't do that. Don't do that. You want to make sure you're making connection with real people. Like I mean, I get friend requests all the time. I have over 200 something friend requests. Do I accept all of them? No, because I don't even know who they are. You know, now here's another thing. I will look at who people are before I even accept, right? So let's say this person here, this person's a friend of Marcus Jones, right? So they're obviously probably an HBN. Do you need to connect with everybody in HBN? No. Why? Because your network of people do not have to be the people in your company. You're trying to connect with other network marketers, other people that you can connect with to join your company, not necessarily people who are friends of friends, right? You can choose to do that, but here's what's going to happen. I have all these, like, I think it's 200 or 300 friend requests. I don't accept them all unless they kind of like inbox me. And what happens is they'll end up following you. It doesn't show me on my own profile, but like if I go to somebody's profile, for example, I'm going to use Tara. She always comes to my head. Okay, if I use Tara, right, and if we were not friends and I sent her a friend request, for example, it would tell me that I'm following her. So what happens, here's a cool thing, when people send you friend requests and they're following you, they get all your notifications anyways. So that's a really cool thing, right? Also, another cool tip real quick, since we're talking about Facebook, you see I have Tara as a default to see her, right? You can choose how many people you want to see first, but it only lets you do about 10 people, so I don't even like that. But you want to make sure if you have certain people you want on that are on your team and you want to make sure you're seeing what they're doing, make sure you're on their page and you're clicking get notifications. If you don't have get notifications, then you're not seeing their stuff. That's another thing that Facebook does. It's crazy. Like we can have all these friends, but unless they have where get notifications, you don't see their stuff, right? Because I can have 5,000 friends, but I don't see all their posts. So the certain people that I do want to see their posts that I've talked to, especially my team, everybody on my team that signs up with me, I go to their page and I put get notifications, right? Okay, so let's see what else. Thank you, Amory. You're welcome, Stacy. I see you over there. Okay, guys, I think that's pretty much it on how to do a live, what to talk about. Make sure you're presenting properly. Make sure you look presentable. Make sure your topic and what you're talking about represents, you know, the topic and stuff like that. Don't be negative when you're doing a Facebook Live. Try to be excited about, so they're excited. If they see you're excited, they're going to be excited, right? Okay, guys, hopefully that helped you guys. Make sure you tag everybody in this post, and that's going to end this session of how to do a Facebook Live, how to share your screen, what type of programs or software that you can consider purchasing or using. And, you know, let me know if you guys have any questions, but do tag your teams. And I want to see the challenge of, I want every single person, here's a challenge, guys, every single person to do maybe a 2 to 5 minute video on your why for HBN. So your why for HBN could be like this. Hi, my name is Anne Marie. I'm doing, hey, wait, let me start over. Hi, my name is Anne Marie. I'm going to tell you why I joined HBN. I saw the company, they had amazing products. I saw all the ingredients. It was all organic. It was natural. I was so excited to see that they had black seed oil. I'm a big advocate of black seed oil. I want to help people. I want to change lives. And I want to start by changing your life one person at a time. So reach out to me, get back with me ASAP. My why for HBN is to help people, not only for the health wise, but financially, and to always to make, you know, if they can do a financial change. And so thank you. Get back with me ASAP to join HBN. Something simple like that makes, and I just did that off the top of my head, guys. Okay. Now, if you really want to do one, think about what you're going to say, right? Now, I just did that off the fly. But I want to see every single person do a video on your why for HBN. And here's the challenge. Do a why video, make it under 5 minutes. Okay, and the reason why I'm saying under 5 minutes is because if it's under 5 minutes, you can also post it to Instagram, okay? And here's what I'm gonna do. For every single person that does a why video is gonna get entered into a drawing, right? I don't know what I'm gonna give out yet, but you're gonna get entered into a drawing. So here's the things you have to do, the qualifications. 1, under 5 minute video, your why for HBN. You need to post it to your timeline, of course. It's a video, it's Facebook Live, or if you don't want to do a Facebook Live, use your phone to do a video. Like, you know, you're recording a video, but you have to post it to your Facebook Live, and then you need to post it in our group for HBN Team Naturals so I can see that you actually did it. Everybody who does that is going to be entered into a drawing to win a prize. What it's going to be, I don't know. It could be cash, it could be marketing materials, it could be product. I'm not sure yet. We'll just do it. So it's going to start today. It's Thursday. I'm going to run it till, thinking. 1 week. I'm going to give you guys 1 week for this contest, right? So next Thursday, all those who participated will be entered into a drawing. Okay, guys, it's go time. Let's get out there. YHBN, under 5 minutes, on your timeline. Share it in the group as well so I can see it and review it and know that you've actually done it and you get entered into a drawing. Let's go and do this. Tag every single person on your team to this video. Thank you, guys. Hope you enjoyed the training. Bye-bye.